Welcome to the Costello Coaching Podcast, where we talk about developing the human within the athlete. My vision is to enhance people's performance in all aspects of their lives. I hope you enjoy. All right, and we're back with the Costello Coaching Podcast. Once again, I am very excited for today's episode. I got my good friend Isaiah Miranda, who is really a motivation / inspiration / friend. He's a person that I've been blessed to meet, and we share a common ground with gym supplement science. In today's episode, we're going to talk about his journey, a massive leap, and what it means to have discipline on your dream. A lot of people lose the discipline of following their dreams. Isaiah has crazy discipline for his dream. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what his vision is for the future, and we're going to talk about how his marketplace value and his inner values align. So without further ado, Isaiah Miranda.
First of all, thank you. I appreciate the kind introduction. But you know the things are likewise. Super blessed to have met Tommy. How long has it been now?
It's only been like 8 months.
8 months, right? It goes like fast though.
Yeah, really fast.
I feel like I've known you for at least 2 years since I've been in LA.
I know. So you're a football player, or you were a football player. And I say this all the time about being on football teams, especially. Mm-hmm. When you grind with someone and you go through a training camp and you go through a season, that 8 months feels like you were together for 10 years.
For years. And honestly, some of my best friends were obviously made through football. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing like, summer camp, 2 days, the sweat, the blood. You hear it, but it's true.
Yeah. So Isaiah and I
sports in general, but
Isaiah and I work out together and we push ourselves in the gym. He loves some of the things that I bring him in terms of mobility and well-being, posture. And I love the tenacity that he brings in the gym.
It's because you actually keep me an athlete again. Yeah. I get into this bodybuilding world and I'm like, I need to be an athlete because I'm an athlete at heart. Okay, I'm a football. Yep. I always want to be the biggest and strongest while being the most athletic as possible. Because nothing is worse than being a big guy. I want to be able to move. I want to be able to play football. I want to be able to play basketball. I want to be able to just run outside if like someone's like, hey, let's go for a run,
Yeah.
So that's why I value a lot working out with you. And we crushed a workout this morning before this podcast.
Yeah, so we're all fired up. We're on pre-gym X right now and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to get a ton of content done in a short period of time. So stay tuned for this. First thing I want to touch on, your journey out here. First of all, it takes absolute courage to drop everything and go chase a dream.
Thank you.
You're chasing a dream right now. You grew up in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. You gained some traction during COVID with social media.
Yeah.
But you always wanted to be an actor. Mark Wahlberg, big inspiration for you.
Yeah, he is. And
you just said, I'm going for it. And you had no real plan.
None.
But you were like, I'm just going for it. Tell me about that.
I always say it's like no one ever knows you have an idea and a vision of what you're doing, but no one knows exactly what's the right steps, what to do. Am I doing this right? Is this going to work? You're taking a gamble every day. You're working every day. You could have a vision and a goal that you want to achieve, but unless there's a cookie cutter plan for you, everyone's working every day. Everyone's figuring it out. You're always figuring it out every single day. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was figuring it out. I was in Jersey, in and out of school, college. I kind of just went because, my family, it's what I thought I had to do. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Growing up, people were starting to go to college, apply, all that. I knew I was built for something big in this world. I knew I wanted to have an impact on this world. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know acting was it at the time either, even though I was growing up, middle school, high school, all that. I was in plays, musicals, stuff like that. I always liked it. I always had an act I like pressure, and I like eyes on me. Sounds bad.
Yeah, no, I like that. But I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I was a pitcher and a quarterback, and something about being solo on the mound and the man in control in the huddle. Mm-hmm. Everyone's looking at you. I think that's why we're attracted to each other is because it's that alpha mentality where you're like, I want that accountability towards the pressure on me. I want to perform. I want to execute. 100%.
Like I always say, I've been saying it more recent. It's like, I've been saying, put me in the game, coach. Put me in because I want the pressure. I want people to rely on me. I always wanted that. So yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I got into college, kind of just applied, went to community college for a year. Loved football, played football in high school, but I always said, if I want to play high school at the highest level, if I want to play college football at the highest level, it has to be Division I. I had a couple D3 schools, a couple D2 offers, but I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big. Because I'm someone that, when I want to do something, I want to do it big.
Yeah, all in.
I want to be all in, exactly. So went to community college for a year. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to transfer to Rutgers. I'm just going to walk on. What's the worst that could happen? I don't make it. Okay, I didn't have an offer before, So I spent that whole summer, I was working, just training myself, getting some coaching lessons, some speed and stuff. Just for the walk-on tryout, ended up going, making the team. One of the best experiences we ever did. At that level, We were in the Big Ten at that time. And it's just like a different level, you know, the discipline aspect of it. I loved waking up at 4:30, driving, going to workouts at 5 a.m., then going to study hall, tutors, you know, then going back to meetings, practice, you know, you have lunches, personal chefs. It was great experience. But still, I loved the football aspect. I loved working for something, but school just wasn't, it just wasn't it for me. I just knew what I was studying wasn't it. I was in supply chain at the time. I got into the business school, which is, you know, Rutgers Business School is pretty good. But it just wasn't for me, especially balancing the football. I was like, and I was paying for myself. That was the biggest thing. Like, you know, I didn't have my family. My parents weren't paying for it, so I didn't feel bad. Like, oh, you know, I have to do it because they're paying for it. I was doing it, so I'm losing my money. You know, switching majors in and out, failing classes. So I'm like, you know, what am I doing? And at this point, I always loved working out. I always loved all that, and I saw social media influencers making a career out of it, or at least from what I look like they're making a career out of it. So I'm like, you know what? I do this for free every single day anyways. Why not try to post? Why not try to, you know, make a career out of it? So I gave myself a goal. I said, in 3 years, I'm going to be sponsored.
Wow.
So when I started posting.
That's cool. That's a realistic timeline too.
I was like, you know, let me 3 years. So I dropped out. Didn't tell my parents I dropped out.
What year is this?
2019, 2020, maybe 2019. I don't
Right before COVID?
Yeah, right before COVID. And then I dropped out. Didn't tell my parents, didn't tell my family, didn't tell anyone, just like my best friends. Because it was COVID. So that's why I dropped out. So like, everything was online. So I'm like telling my parents, yeah, I'm doing my work. I'm doing my homework downstairs while I'm working 3 full-time jobs and also chasing my social media career. Started posting every day. I gave myself the goal 3 years. Got sponsored in a year and a half by my first sponsor. Was a supplement company. Got sponsored by them. Started gaining traction on TikTok first. Just all social media content and then some like fitness content and some like trends and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I was like shredded. Like I was the first person I think on social media to get like really, really shredded. So I think that's what, you know, helped me hit the Explore page and like gain some traction here.
Yeah, you were like depleted though. Shredded.
Yeah, depleted. I was like peeled though, like saran wrap.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Miserable too though. But yeah, dropped out and then I had an opportunity to come to LA for a trip. Actually no. So I was DMing, at this point I was DMing everyone, you know, companies, big influencers, whatever, just because you never know. I always lived by the motto, what's the worst that could happen? I didn't talk to them before, so what's the worst? They just don't respond. Okay, I didn't get a response before. So DMing a bunch of people, sending my merch. I had merch at the time. Then I sent it to someone out here that's, you know, owned a company at the time. And he was like, he sent me a picture like a couple months later after I sent the merch and was like, he sent me a picture of his assistant. Oh, my assistant's wearing your merch. Do you want to work with my company? And I know he's based in LA. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually going to be out in LA next week. You know, if you want, I could just stop by because I'm always like, when you want something done, go to who's in charge.
Were you really coming to?
Oh, no, fuck no, not at all. So he responded like, yeah, sure. If you're here, just stop by. So I booked my flight the next day. Me, my best friend Chris, and one of my other friends came. Came for a trip. It was just a 4-day trip. And then I had the opportunity to stay, was telling everyone how I want to move out here, you know, all that. Then the guy was like, you know, if you want to, you know, live with me, you know, come stay if you want to come out here, I have a room, come stay here until you find a place. So me and my friend didn't have the money to go back. So
do you mind if I ask who was the guy?
It was Brad.
Okay.
Yeah, Bradley Martin. So it was, the night before, canceled the flight, and then it was a 4-day trip, turned into now I'm here full time.
Wow.
Yeah, I just had one backpack. My family was pissed. It was the week before Thanksgiving. And they were like, oh my God, you planned that. I can't believe you left, blah, 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 blah. I was like, no, I didn't plan it. If I planned it, I would have brought more than a backpack.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the money to go back and then come here. And then at that point, they obviously knew I dropped out of college. You know, but it was just something like I was itching to leave Jersey so bad because, like I said, it wasn't for me. Like, I love my family, love my friends, but I'm very big on who I surround myself with and energy and all that. And I love them, right? And I'll tell them to their face because I love them. They're very complacent. They're, you know, they didn't have any dreams or, you know, like ambitions. They were just okay doing the same circle, same everyday thing, same, you know, just waking up, going to work, hating their job, waiting for the weekends, all that same nonsense, which is, it's a toxic. And when you're someone, you can't even explain it. When you're someone that you know you're built for something and you just have this inner feeling, it's like, I have to get away. So when I had the opportunity, I had to stay. And then obviously now they're all for it, you know, and then I get it. My family's just concerned in the beginning. I wasn't making money doing it or anything. So they're just nervous, but now they're huge supporters and all that. But I've been here ever since. Been grinding, just chasing my dream. You know, it started off really heavy in the fitness industry. Still am in the fitness industry. On social media, you know, growing my platforms, decent following now across all platforms.
Decent. That's very modest.
Yeah, I mean, it's good platform.
Millions on YouTube.
Yeah, I just hit 2 million last week actually. I like 2.1. YouTube, TikTok's like about to be 1.4. Instagram's like 320. Facebook's like 100K. Snapchat growing that. So yeah, just trying to build. But I'm taking that, like I said, sort of influencer. Yeah, but I want to go influencer to actor. You know, like real actual acting. So I'm trying to use that platform to springboard me into Hollywood. So I shot my first movie, scene in the movie with Dylan. Awesome. His movie, yeah, he's starring it, but shot my first scene maybe 2 months ago now, almost 2 months ago. So my first one, couple lines in it. It's fun, super good experience. So now I'm just in class every day, not like 3-4 times a week. Just working on my craft every day. Acting class, then I do some private one-on-ones, and then I shoot my content sketch comedy. So I'm like acting and shooting every single day.
Yeah, you're getting your reps.
Yeah, I'm getting my reps. So I kind of did the opposite way, because a lot of people do the class first, try to be a good actor, and then do content. I kind of just, I'm gonna do content. I'm gonna throw me in the fire, do this, and then you get better and better. It's just like working out, same exact thing. Acting is literally just a muscle. It's just every single day. It's just every single time you're in class is a rep. You know what I mean? It's a session, because you do get better and better.
I think fitness is a great place because it builds a foundation for what it looks like to create progress. Mm-hmm. So we understand what linear periodization would be, or progressive overload.
Yep.
And for the technical term within lifting, all that means is that you're going to progressively put more on you.
Yeah.
So what you thought was hard work in 2019,
nothing.
It looks like a day off now, which is cool. And that's how it should be. That means you're evolving. That means you're getting better and you're compounding your growth. Mm-hmm. So just like the money in the stock market, it compounds every year. If you're disciplined enough to execute day in, day out, you're going to compound into something greater, better. And you're going to go towards that vision. So you were already talking about it, but what that is discipline for your dream. Mm-hmm. Most people lose the discipline for their dream because life happens.
Yeah.
But everybody, I believe, at some point in their life has a dream or has a moment where they're watching a movie, they see somebody they admire, and they have that little feeling inside where they go, I want to be like that.
100%.
I want to be like that. And what happens though is what it takes to achieve whatever that is going to take a whole lot. And people lose it once they have to start putting it in. So I call it discipline to the dream, and you have great discipline to the dream. The reason is, if you rewind this about 10 minutes, you're going to hear Isaiah say, I loved the 4:30 workouts at Rutgers. I loved the study sessions with the tutors. Mm-hmm. I loved the personal chefs.
My favorite part.
Okay, so it's really interesting that you say that, because I got to play at the Pac-12 level for baseball. Mm-hmm. You know what the majority of the conversations were for the people? Because the majority of people are like this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we have to wake up so early to work out. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we go to tutor. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're making us eat this much.
You have no idea. I was a walk-on, right, at Rutgers. Yeah. So like a lot of the guys that were on scholarship, they hated me because that was their mentality, complaining. And in my head, I'm someone that's like, what are you complaining about?
This is unbelievable.
You're getting your tuition completely paid for. You have the highest level athletes, trainers in here, facilities, and you're complaining about working?
Yeah.
And I would say this to them because I'm, you know me. I would say how it is.
Yeah.
And they hated me because the coaches loved me because I was a good walk-on. You know what I mean? I'm the type of walk-on they needed. I was a cookie cutter. Like, I shut the fuck up. I did the work, whatever. I did whatever they told me to do. But yeah, I'm like be grateful. Like, you have the opportunity, and I'm so big on perspective.
Sure.
And manifesting. It's like, yeah, every day is a challenge, right? Mm-hmm. But at least be grateful that the fact that you're in a position to deal with that challenge. You know what I mean? Even something as simple as like I was sitting in traffic in LA, like yesterday. I'm in LA now, whatever, sitting in traffic, an hour traffic. And I'm like, I could have been pissed off. I was running late, but I'm like, you know what? I'm in LA 2 years. If I thought about this 3 years ago, at least I have the opportunity to be sitting in traffic on my way to go network with this person.
Yeah, but the amazing part about this is, okay, now if you look at his numbers, you take that perspective and then look at his numbers. His numbers are millions of followers on social media, executing on his dreams. He's only 3 years into being in LA, had a dream, a vision, had no background in it, really professional background, and no one really supporting him, and already has lines in a real movie.
Thank you.
Okay, so just if you're learning from this, learn what perspective can do. His perspective, and the reason that we're friends, is we have similar perspectives. I am a strong believer in things happen for you rather than to you. Mm-hmm. And that helps me. If things are hard, okay, it's hard in the moment, but let me take a half second to take a breath and know that this is happening for me. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden things start coming to me. And so that is a major takeaway that you should be taking from somebody who you either follow on social media or you're looking at and saying, how does that person have that success? Well, it starts with the way they think. And that is, I totally 100% believe why you will achieve whatever you want to achieve, because your disciplines, your habits, your routines all reflect on something great happening. And then most importantly, your mindset towards them. So if there's, out of all the value you bring to the world, you know, being monetary with outside of you, your greatest value is your mindset. So as a friend, the biggest thing I'd want you to protect and gatekeep is that. And you do a great job of it. You're highly aware.
Yeah, thank you. I try to be.
You know, what's really funny is we met, 8-9 months ago. It was the thing about you that was interesting to me. It took you about 2.5, 3 months to have a conversation with me. You don't realize it. You don't realize it, but you're very conscious of who you let into your life.
Oh, you have to be.
Because I'm listening to the way, I'm not psychoanalyzing you, but when you tell your story, you say, the reason I wanted to leave Jersey was because I didn't want to just wake up and go to my job and wish for the weekend. And that's what everybody around me was doing. And intuitively, you knew, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so when you come here,
this feeling, I know you know the feeling. It's like,
and when you come here, you don't just accept anyone into your life. You're very careful on who you accept in your life.
Yeah. And that's not to say that I haven't met, I mean, it's LA, so you meet some, you meet
all
pretty
types.
Bad people, all types, exactly. But I've maybe 3 years here, like I could count on one hand, maybe like the amount of people I talk to on a daily basis, you being one of them, Kevin, Mike, obviously my girlfriend, Chris, but like Mark, but it's just like, I'm very friendly and I love working with people. I love it. You love it. But
sure,
in terms of people that are in my circle, and like, you only want to surround yourself with people, like-minded people that just work hard. It doesn't even have to be the same industry, same thing. Like you're doing something completely different than I'm doing. But when I say I generally look at you as motivation and I just know you're grinding for what your dreams are, it makes me want to grind hard for what my dreams are. And
sure,
if the people around you don't spark something in you or they don't motivate you to do anything, it's not no hard feelings. We're just on different paths.
Yep.
And, good luck with what you're doing, but this is what I'm doing. And unless you're helping me do that, it seems like it's very selfish, but it's not. Because
it's not. It just requires so much to achieve what you want to achieve.
It does. You
need to be very focused on what you're doing.
You only have so many minutes in a day, and you allocating those minutes to people that aren't helping you achieve what you want. That's a problem. They're only taken away, and it's not in a negative way. It's just like, good luck with what you're doing. I have nothing but love and respect for you, but I'm doing this over here with these people. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be. Everyone should, want to chase their dreams, want to surround themselves with people that are just good, hardworking, genuine people. I say my biggest 3 things that I really do believe in is if you work hard, know the right people, but are a genuine person, you can do whatever it is you want in this world, anything you want in this world, because you could work hard and know the right people, but you could be an asshole. Yep. And then no one's gonna want to do anything with you. And it doesn't matter how good you are.
It might happen for you in the beginning, but in the long run,
people are like, and exactly, people are like, it's not even worth the headache, because I've gone through that. Just work hard, know the right people, and be a genuine person. You can do whatever it is you want, because you feel when someone's genuine. You feel when someone's actually happy for you. Like even when you like launched your app and all that stuff. Like I think I texted you. I was like, "Yo, how'd it go?" Or I knew you had a big meeting. I'm like, "How'd the meeting go?" Because I'm generally like, I get fired up for you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Just like someone at a game, at a football game, your friend gets an interception or you get a touchdown. You're like, "Oh fuck you!" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same exact thing. Or someone hits a PR. It's just like everything. It's full circle. You take every single habit. When you're genuinely happy for people, it comes in a cycle. You know what I mean? And
you get support, and everyone does well.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the show. Only way this podcast grows is if it's shared. So please share it with your friends, family, or anyone you feel like it can help enhance their performance in their life. A little karma goes a long way. Let's get back to the show. My dad, funny, he says to me all the time, he's like, hey, make sure you're not the wealthiest friend that you have. He goes, or else you'll buy dinner every time. And the joke is like, yeah, he's joking about dinner, but the obvious thing is surround yourself with people better than you.
Always. When people say like when we were just working out with Nick, and I think we were talking about, I was like, I love working out with people stronger than me, bigger than me, faster than me. I love working with people that are better than me. You look at someone who's better, follow them, and become better than them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's not in like, everyone should want to be the best.
Sure.
I want you to be the best.
Yep.
I want to be the best. Yeah. I want you to be better than me. I want you to think I want to be better than Isaiah. Not that I don't want him to be the best, but it's just, it's a game. We build
competition.
We build out competition is the best thing in the world.
Exactly.
Especially when it's from a genuine, real standpoint, and we care about each other. It's like everyone should always want to be the best. And I always want to surround myself with people that are better than me and, follow them.
So this is kind of off topic. Didn't think I was going to talk about this, but I went to an experience with Laird Hamilton and Gabby Reese, big wave surfer. And they put on this event called XPT, Extreme Performance Training.
You told me.
And it was unbelievable. And it attracted some incredible people. There was only 25, 30 people there. But everyone there was best venture capitalist or best athlete or big time surfer or YouTuber. whatever they were doing, they were in their field. They were the alphas. And there was no ego, but everyone just knew when you looked around, these people were dogs. Yeah. And I made a friend named Peter, and Peter runs one of the biggest financial companies in Australia. Really cool dude. And Peter said, something interesting about America is that you guys actually genuinely root for people to want to succeed. He goes, it seems like where I grew up in the culture of Australia is if someone's being too successful or working too hard or doing too much, they kind of want to pull you down. Yeah. And make sure that you're not succeeding too much so that you don't raise the standard.
And I never got that. Like, why? Like, there's so much success out there. I want everyone to be as successful as possible. So
there's an opportunity for people to win.
Everyone can win. That's why when people gatekeep and people are weird, and especially in LA, you get it here too.
Yeah.
I'm sure everywhere, but like, it's like, why? Like, I generally want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to live their dreams, whether it's money wise or just career wise or just being generally happy. Just I want that for people,
So cool.
Yeah. And it's just like, and like you said about surrounding yourself with dogs, like when there's no ego, but everyone's a dog. That's kind of how I think this building is.
Gym culture is.
Gym culture. It's like everyone in here, is an animal. What they do, and whatever field it is, whether it's finance, business, real estate, supplement company, whatever it is, everyone here's a dog, and no one has an ego. A lot of people here are older too, but like they'll listen to me, to you, and the same way I listen to them. It's just like. You want to build that culture.
It's a community.
It is a community. It really
so
is.
It's such a blessing to be a part of it. So
and you always want to expand your network too.
If you don't have that,
so get that.
Find it. And the interesting part is if you develop habits and routines and disciplines, you'll end up attracting it. You attracted this place.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think about it until you just said it right now, but
I attracted this place.
Everything happens for a reason, yeah.
You want to know how I met Mike?
How?
I came to this lot of buildings and I was looking for my own facility. And I was looking to rent my own facility. And the man who leases the buildings said that they have limited availability, but some are open up in a couple months. If you want to take a walk around and look at what the buildings look like on the inside, just knock on the door, ask the business owner if it's okay, and you can walk around and you can see what it looks like. So I knocked on the door, and Jamie, who works the front desk here, I walked in and I was like, I'm looking for the owner. And she goes, Mike? And I go, yeah, Mike. I had no idea. And so she goes, okay, let me go back and see if Mike's available. And she walks back and then she comes back and says, oh, no, he's not available. He's in a meeting. I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to take a walk around. And she goes, no, you're not. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take a walk around. Mike was working out. He wasn't in a meeting.
Yeah.
And I walked right in and he had recognized me from the community. And I actually had recognized him from the community, just driving around, seeing each other, sports, this and that.
Yeah.
And we hit it off.
Yeah. I love Mike.
We had a 2-hour conversation and he's become one of the greatest mentors and leaders for me in my life. But I wasn't planning on walking in and meeting Mike and building this relationship where I have this incredible place to do this work. I was attracted to this and I believe this was attracted to me. And I think that's so beautiful, and the serendipity that you can have in life where certain things can just come to you without the intention of it happening. So
that's the biggest thing right there is do things in life or for people, whatever it is, without expectation.
Expecting a return.
Without expectation. Because that's real and that's genuine. And when you do things expecting something, that's how you get let down. Because 9 times out of 10 it probably won't happen. And also it's just like people could feel you're only doing this because you want this from me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So sorry to cut you off, but yeah, it's huge.
So it kind of leads me to this. I do this exercise with some of my athletes. I don't think I've ever done it with you. But if you could close your eyes for a second. And what I want you to do is I just want you to visualize you're currently 23, right?
24, just in 24.
24. So you're 35. Let's give you 11 years. You're 35. You wake up in the morning. Where are you? What are you doing? What are you feeling like? What's your body like? Where are you waking up at? What is that vision for yourself?
I see myself waking up, looking out the window and seeing my face on a billboard for my next movie that's coming out. I see myself going down to, one of my restaurants that I have down the street. I see myself in a meeting with my next movie. I see myself in a nice house with, my girlfriend, getting on the call with my mom, letting her know what I'm doing. And I see myself already in a position where I'm one of the biggest actors, entertainers in the world, and entrepreneurs. Wow. Those are real things that I genuinely, and when I say I see that, I'm very big on manifesting and speaking things to existence. And I'd say this in the most humble way possible. I know I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I will do whatever it takes to get there. And I know might not be tomorrow. Like you said, I'm 35, but I believe in the vision, and I believe in just work your ass off and genuinely work hard and don't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
And you could have whatever it is you want.
Now close your eyes. Where were you when you were 13 years old? And what did that person look like and feel like? And where was he going? He was probably going to 8th grade, What was the middle school? What was that? What city were you in?
I was in Plainsboro, New Jersey. I was a Panther. What was the name of the school? Community Panthers. Yeah. But just in school, playing sports, baseball was huge at the time. And I would have no idea that I would be sitting here 11 years later.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So the reason that I do that is a little rewind, a little fast forward. Where you've been in the last 10 years is going to actually compound for the next 10 years. So as much change has happened from 13 to 24, I believe even double to 3 times the amount of change that happened in those 10 years is going to happen from 24 to 35.
That's the goal.
Yeah. It's not even the goal. It's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Think how much your world's changed in
Completely.
3 months.
Literally 3 months. Like every month's different. You know, I was in an acting class last year at this time, you know, and now I'm doing back-to-back classes. Shot my first movie, scene in a movie. Have a manager. You know, I met a couple inspirations. Met Wahlberg a couple weeks ago. Through his chef. Is one of the skits I did. That was a really cool moment. And then I'm just really just trying to network, meet as many people as possible. You know, and I just want to. And as much as I'm a fitness influencer, just social media, sketch comedy influencer now, what I really want to show people through my stuff is that just you can have whatever it is you want in this world. Just genuinely have a vision and work hard for it, and you can do whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know. And I want people just to chase their dreams, don't settle. I used to my biggest saying when I first started was "fuck average." I don't know if you can curse, but I used to say, you know, "fuck average" because no one remembers average. Why would you want to be average in anything? I would say it's always in my DNA, which is definitely not average.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
So I always say it's built in my DNA. You know, everyone's DNA is special. Everyone's DNA is different. Everyone's DNA, everyone has that dog in them. My logo too for the DNA was a dog, because everyone has that in them. Just find that. I generally want everyone to feel that one thing that I felt when I was on my set for the first movie, when I went to this premiere for Guardians of the Galaxy a couple months ago, and I went to the bathroom, came back, and I saw everyone mesmerized by the screen. Everyone mesmerized by the movie and just watching it. And I was like, that needs to be me. You know what I mean? I want to move people because people go to the movies to feel something that they don't allow themselves to feel. That's why people watch movies, why people watch TV shows. And I want to be that person, and I want to just show everyone, just chase your dreams. You can have whatever you want in this world, whether it's acting, you want a restaurant, you want to be the best trainer in the world, you want to, you know, be a musician, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Work your ass off. Don't lie to yourself. Surround yourself with good people. Be genuine and take over. The world's yours. The world is yours. You can have whatever it is you want. You know, just find your rhythm. Just go with it. Yeah. And like I said, everyone's figuring it out every single day. Yeah. I'm still figuring it out every single day with, you know, work, social media, acting, you know, networking. I'm trying to put myself in positions to, you know, be around great people like yourself, you know, be around successful people like Mike, you know, like just dogs, you know what I mean? It's
really cool. So biggest movie star, restaurant, you said girlfriend, but I'm assuming that's wife at that point.
Yeah.
Call mom, and you're living in LA.
Living in LA. Ideally, I want to have a place in LA and New York. I mean, at that point, I'll probably have a couple houses in a couple different cities. But I love New York. I love the city. I love the fast pace, the moving, the noise. Okay. I love LA too, but I want to be bi-coastal. I'm from New York. I was born in Brooklyn. And yeah, I just want to be the biggest. And I generally mean this when I say I really look up to not only you, but like we're talking like, you know, in the industry, I really look up to Wahlberg, Kevin Hart, The Rock. Just because they're obviously actors, entertainers, comedians, but they're just beasts and just animals, have all their, you know, businesses, their restaurants, you know, it always just shows that you could do more. Yeah. You find out how busy you are when you get busier. Yep. And then you realize, wait, I had so much time before. Yeah. You know what I mean? I had so much time. What was I wasting this doing, you know, this for when I could have been working on this? So to get busier, then you're like, okay, I could work this hard. And then from there, get busier. Yep. You know what I mean? And then you could always work harder, and then you build your network, build a team. You know, I'm blessed that I have a good team around me. You know, my editors, my videographers, Chris, Nat, Mark, you know, Noel, Kevin, you know, people like that. And build a team with them and want them to grow just as much as you're growing. Yeah. Not just, you know what I mean? Because, you know, your dad said, you don't be the most successful because you want to pay for the dinners, right? But like, I do also want everyone to be out at restaurants because I want everyone to order the most expensive steak on the menu. You know what I mean? Yep. Not that money's my motivation, because it's not, but I do generally believe that. I don't like when people say money doesn't buy happiness, or like money shouldn't motivate you, but it should, because I know that money's not the motivation, but I like nice things. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I like nice things. So, but to get these nice things, you need money. Or people that like traveling. Traveling costs money, you know? Yeah. So rather
I want everyone miserable rich than miserable broke.
Exactly. And and I love eating out at restaurants. I told you, it's one of my favorite things to do. Like I love good food. Food is my one guilty pleasure, which is I've always been I've worked in restaurants for like 7 years, 8 years. I won a restaurant with me and my best friend from back home. I used to do a cooking channel actually on my YouTube channel. Oh, sweet. It was one of the first things I did. I showed you that steak I made yesterday. I got to cook. I guess when I'm a meat guy, I can cook. I can cook.
I believe you.
But But yeah,
It's
so
that Puerto Rican in you.
It's that Puerto Rican in me. Yeah. So I love restaurants. I want to have a restaurant. I want to, my biggest 3 things I want: big actor, entertainer, restaurant, and then I want to own like some type of company. I'm thinking, I don't know what it is yet, but something,
Yeah, you will.
And I want to do that with, good people around me, and it's just growing, just building. But I want everyone to know that whether everyone has their own journey, everyone has their own book, everyone has their own story. Worry about your story, worry about your book, and just know everyone else you might be at a different chapter than someone else.
Yep.
But just keep working on your book, keep working on your story. Don't settle. Don't close your book early. Don't close it because there's an ending to it, And the ending might not be for 20 years, might not be for 30 years. It might, there's never an ending as long as you're, breathing, you're blessed to get up, thank God, every single day, for your health, for your friends, family, but just keep working on your story, keep working on your book.
The cool part is, dude, when you say this and you close your eyes and I have you explain your vision to me, I feel it. And that's genuine. Mm-hmm. You took a second. I know you've thought about this. Maybe you never did it in a structured exercise like that, but I know that's what you want for yourself. And that's great to want things in your life. We should all want things in our life. But the cool thing is some people say they want it. Other people, they are going to achieve it. Mm-hmm. And whether it's 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, whatever it is, it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like you should look up how many times it took for George Clooney to become George Clooney. Mm-hmm. Like he's probably 50 now. I don't know, $1 billion tequila company. I'm sure he's got a couple restaurants, massive actor, right? It happens on a different timetable for anyone. For
everyone.
Houses, all those things come. They'll come to you when you're ready for those things. Mm-hmm. And I believe I've built what I have because it's what I'm prepared for at this current moment. And the more I develop and the more I grow as a person, the more will come. And whatever I'm ready for will come to me.
100%.
So if you want more, you have to build yourself in order to handle more. Yeah. Just like lifting. You can't walk in a gym for the first time and do 225 on the bench because you haven't earned anything to even put that weight on the bar. Mm-hmm. So what you're putting yourself through now, that consistency towards your dream, what I call the discipline towards your dream, will compound and happen. It will happen.
Thank you.
It will happen. I know it will happen. If it's 35, if it's 30, if it's 28, if it's 42, as long as you maintain the discipline of your dream.
That's the thing right there. And I love how you say discipline to your dream because most people don't have discipline. Most people have motivation. And I think there's a huge difference in motivation and discipline because not every day, obviously, I'm sure you're the same way. Like you said, every couple weeks you get toasted and you can't do anything. It's like not every day you feel great. Not every day you want to, sometimes you want to just not do anything or just you don't have the energy to do it. And that's when people stop. And that's when they're like, this isn't for me. But no, have the discipline. The discipline is one that's going to keep you going day after day after day after day after day. Motivation comes and goes. Yep. Discipline, you have to have discipline to chase your dreams, to know that I'm sucking this up and I'm doing what I have to do now to do what I want to do in the future. Yep. That's the biggest thing right there. So there's not everything I do now I don't want to do, but I have to do these things because it's going to allow me to do what I want to do
in the future.
A year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever it is. So it's discipline. This is
a good takeaway for you too. This is what we coach our players on. Rather than motivation's like a candy bar. Mm-hmm. Tastes good in the moment, doesn't really do anything for you in 3 hours. Shift your motivation to education, make lasting change. So educate yourself on why you would go to acting class and what you're going to strategically learn from acting class and how that interplays with, if I work on this for 3 years, where does that take me as an actor? Who's the best actor? How good are they at this? What kind of role can I take? How can I execute in that role? Who do I need to be aligned with in order to get that role? Mm-hmm. And then when I deliver, how do I deliver? And then how do I market it? And how do I pump it up? Yeah. And how do I build it? And then how do I build the best restaurant? And how do I get the best manager so that the service is excellent? So everyone walks in, they have no problem seeing that it's a $75 steak because they know they're going to get the best freaking steak there is. Mm-hmm. So everything has structure in order to it, but you need to educate yourself on what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Rather than motivate yourself.
Yeah. And education's huge. That's why I've been really big on, like reading now. Like I'm reading a chapter a day.
Yeah. Simple.
Simple. Because if I don't have the discipline to do that, I will not have the discipline to, when I'm on set and I got to do this or, discipline to wake up and to film what I have to film or to go to that meeting. Because if I'm tired, if I don't have the discipline to read one chapter a day, whether it's 5 pages, 15 pages, 20 pages, I won't have the discipline to do anything when things are tough. Quitting is the easiest thing you can do. Quitting is a habit. And I really believe that. And I've always known that growing up, quitting is a habit because if you quit in one thing, you'll quit in anything. It's like that because you start to feel sorry for yourself and then you're like, I can do something else.
Sure.
But whether quitting is the right thing to do in whatever it is you're doing, you know what I mean? Because I might be took a class that I'm just taking just to see how it is. And maybe I don't like it. I know I'm never going to use it, but I'm not going to quit because I started. Once you start something, you finish it. And that's true with anything.
Yep. That right there, Isaiah, where I want to finish it. And this is a loaded question, but I want you to give your shortest and most concise answer you possibly could. The question is, how do you align your marketplace value and your inner value? So for me, I'll answer it so you have a real good grasp on what I mean. My marketplace value is a certain dollar value, price, product, something like that. And my inner value is what I'm trying to do in servicing the world and servicing and helping people. So a lot of people have a disconnect between their marketplace value and their inner value. I believe the challenge in this world, if you want to wake up motivated and excited to go do what you do, your marketplace value and your inner value align. How would you say that your inner value and marketplace value align?
I'd say my inner value is that I generally want everyone to find that my inner value is that find that passion, find the thing that you want and do whatever it takes to go get that. Work hard every day, be consistent, be genuine, be disciplined, and chase your dreams. Don't settle, fuck average. And just know that you're someone special. You're built for something. That's my inner value. Is that, and then in the marketplace is I'm kind of showing.
Yes, you are. I was about to say that. I didn't want to cut you off.
Thank you. I'm showing that by hard work, and I say this in a humble way possible, but in a humble way possible, also confident, because I believe you have to be confident in what you do.
Yeah. If you're gonna preface something like that for the future, you can say it like this: "There's no ego in this. This is how I feel."
Yeah. There's no ego in this. This is how I feel. I'm showing it because I come from a place. I don't come from money. I don't come from anyone that's been in social media, been in Hollywood, been in the industry at all. Not completely.
No one's launched
There's
you.
not one person. And there's people that's helped me on the way. Because I've met great people, but there's no one that's launched me like, oh, here's your role, or do this or do this.
Nothing's been handed to you.
Nothing's been handed to me. And so I'm showing it. And that's what I want to show everyone every day, that if you work hard, know the right people, be disciplined, and you're a genuine person, you can do whatever it is you want. You could grow, you could chase your dreams, and you could be whatever it is you want. And it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen next week, but it's going to happen. Just keep your foot on the gas, keep going, figure it out every day, and be the best person you could be. Be the absolute animal that you are. And whether that looks different for everyone, but as long as you could genuinely tell yourself, I work to be here, and this is what I want to be doing, and I'm not taking shortcuts, because you could be disciplined but not give 100% effort.
Sure.
You could half-ass stuff.
Yeah, you could do routines but not do it to your full capability.
Exactly. So that's what I think my inner value is: just fuck average, work hard and chase your dreams.
And then you showcase it in the market.
And I'm showcasing it I'm doing it every day. I'm walking the walk. I'm not just talking, I'm getting into Hollywood one way or another. I mean, thank God, I got my first little role. Shout out Dylan, shout out, Barry and the cast and the crew and all that. But put yourself in positions to be successful, and I'm showing that you can do it one way or another. I'm going to be the biggest actor, entertainer in the world. It's going to happen. And I want to be well-rounded. I do a lot of comedy, now, because it works for social media, but I want to be in dramas, horrors, serious movies, all that.
Yeah, it all.
And I'm going to do it all. And I want to, actually, I told myself I'm going to be in a movie with, Jake Gyllenhaal, Scarlett Johansson, and Mark Wahlberg. That's going to happen in the future. And just, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it.
Beautiful.
And I want to surround myself with people that are gonna do that with me, or surround myself with people that are chasing their dreams, because it's gonna push me. And I want everyone to be successful and just work hard, don't make excuses, and simple as that.
Well, Isaiah, I really appreciate you doing this with me. I want to acknowledge you for all your hard work and who you are as a person and how you show up. You show up for people. You bring the energy that people are attracted to. You show up for people on social media, and you consistently do it. And the more you show up for people, the more people want to help you. And that's the beautiful thing about life. Mm-hmm. It's two-way streets. Relationships that are successful are two-way streets. Mm-hmm. We give a little, we take a little. We give a little, we take a little. Yep. And you consistently give, and you consistently pour your glass out for others, and you should be acknowledged for that, because you truly showcase that. So it was an honor to have you on the podcast today. I think it would be the first of many times that we chat on here, because I think you have so much value that you can provide for the people that listen to this and beyond. So I love seeing this side of you. I know social media sees your fiery energy and your day-to-day grind and your acting and your skits and all that. But what fuels that person, I think, was highlighted today. And that's what I love to see. I love seeing successful people, but then I love diving deep in and understanding what's going on down and in. Mm-hmm. And that's what we talk about with our athletes. We live in an out and up culture, which is about followers, speed, looks, money. But what is fueling that?
Yeah.
And that fires me up. So I hope you got a ton of value from that today. And Isaiah is going to be a person consistently on this. And we're going to break down his success and we're going to follow his success. And when this podcast has millions and millions and millions of listeners in 10 years.
Because it will. This guy, I'm saying right now, he's being very kind to me, but you're a fucking animal.
Thank you.
And I told him before we even worked out today, I was like, I can't wait. Last night we were on the phone. I was like, I cannot wait to see where you're going to be in 5 years, in 10 years. You're going to be at the top, and I know it. And when you want to look at someone better than you or just someone that's good at what they do, look at this guy, take motivation from him, and be better than this guy.
Thank you, brother.
Because he will be better than you too, because he's not going to stop.
Thank you. So that was great. That was amazing. I hope you got a ton of value from that, and we'll be back with you next time.
Appreciate it.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the show. I hope you benefited from this. Give the show a follow, share it, and comment what you'd like to hear more of so we can help more people perform in all aspects of their lives.